have some. I mean, Atlas is a cool name, but it's stiff and predictable and boring.
I guess. We could always just name it a number. So,
7.
I was thinking 15. It's my favorite number.
How about 5? Because we're always working on Origin 5.
Or it could be.
Fuck.
My bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and rename this faction the Cult of 5. We would work on the 5th moon. We come out of station number 5. All of our ships have 5 engines, no more, no less.
Goddamn, 5 engines.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about naming it a number of how many crew there were that discovered it. So like 13 or 14 or something.
Yeah, no, but you gotta have a more creative name than fucking 13.
I mean,
naming's an experience. If we really wanted to, we could take a page out of Tiny E and name it Bob.
Bob.
Yeah, you ever seen Tiny E?
Mm.
Old 2000s movie with Matt Damon in it.
Just do the first letter of everybody's name who discovered it. Or who made the first journey.
At that point, we might as well just name it Projectile Vomit, because that's what it's gonna look like.
No, not if you shuffle it around a bit. Like, maybe it's all gonna be consonants, but who knows?
Yeah.
It'll be like a Welsh name.
Is there any official English words that don't have a vowel in it?
There's abbreviations, but there is no.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about proper words.
That don't have vowels in it.
Yeah.
A-E-I-O-U.
Yeah,
That's not a word.
Yeah, exactly. There's
I
like
know,
abbreviation.
well, I mean, no.
I was gonna say like VC, but I mean, like that's not.
No, not abbreviations.
Yeah.
I mean like a proper word.
Um,
Now, I'll allow shortenings like it instead of it is, it isn't, like. Or is not. I mean, not.
I don't think there
That's not
is.
proper,
I think
but-
because I think in the English language it's very purposeful how vowels follow consonants.
How
So-
can you live with that bell?
Whose bell is that, anyways?
Oh, that's the church bell. That's my church bell.
Oh,
Why,
Yeah, we know.
why does the church bell go? Oh, at like 12 a.m. doesn't it?
No, they're like it's like fucking Sunday mass or something, and they want everybody to know it
Oh, where do you live?
in the Netherlands.
Oh shit. Okay, so that's why.
Wait, what kind of church? Catholic?
No, it's like a Reformed Protestant.
Okay, no, but okay, that'd probably also be burned down here. No, well, well, I live in Canada, and ever since the recent, we've had a few more mass graves of First Nation children found. So, all of a sudden, a lot of churches just spontaneously busted, and no one can figure out why.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, and I'm by a lot of them, I mean a lot of them. I think like 30 or 40 have been hit already.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah,
For
well, that's
anyone.
what happens when a government church joint project goes to absolute shit, kills a bunch of children. People aren't very happy about that.
Yeah.
And the fact that the church has actually never issued an official apology does not help the situation.
Not good situation.
Yeah, no, but churches would never take ownership of any like negative
Massacre.
thing. Like,
Oh,
it doesn't even have to be as serious as a massacre. Like, if there's like a single rapist within their like flock, they wouldn't like apologize for that either.
Yeah, oh god, it reminds me of that clip. I think it was an Australian bishop. And he was making a joke about talking about something about children. I forget what it was, but he's like, "Oh yeah, and this is like where we grew the children." Oh, I mean, this is where the children grow and all that. It was like a joke because, everyone was a single rapist, and it turns out he was actually a pedophile.
Jesus.
Yeah, like, they don't have the greatest track record, and there's a reason. There's a stereotype behind them.
What, the Catholics?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm lucky I'm not a Catholic. That's fucking. That'd be shameful.
I'm sure.
Oh.
I'm sure there's a single Catholic in this voice chat. I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
Right now.
For sure. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, it's like any religion that like has sort of like limitations for its like sexual limitations for its like clergy, like generally
So you're talk-
breeds like perversity.
Yep.
So you're talking about stereotypes, and it's not everybody identifies with a stereotype.
No,
No, of course, but I don't think pedophiles identify as pedophiles. If I'm gonna be really honest here.
Well, I think it was more like the being part of the religion and thus conforming to the stereotype of being a pedophile as well.
Oh yeah.
That's a bit of a leap.
All right, maybe we should steer this conversation in a different direction.
Definitely.
Now we're talking about pedophiles.
Yeah.
We're gonna get like tracked.
Yeah. The church is
We're
already.
gonna get tracked? Oh no!
It's gonna be like those fucking Jehovah's Witnesses that show up my door once a month. I don't know why I'm not interested in your fucking. Whatever. They're persistent. They're like Mormons.
Now I just can't stop thinking about the local group of pedophiles going door to door, evangelizing.
This is.
Oh, what has this come to?
Steer the conversation. Come on out.
I'm not sure I want to. It's just,
I mean, it's funny, but
it is really funny, but we're not supposed to talk about political or religious shit.
Oh, is that?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
shit, that's an actual thing. All right.
is it? Oh damn! I should be banned. Fuck.
We're all going down. I'm like, if I'm
Yeah.
going down, I'm taking you all with me.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
if it's this. Well, it's it's his fucking server. So
Yeah.
if he's even here right now, is he AFK?
We luckily. Oh, okay.
No,
never
he's
mind.
not.
Easy.
He's editing right now.
Oh, I see his mic flash every so often.
I'm here.
Oh yeah, it's easier.
There you go. Yeah. No, it's not a hard rule to not talk about it, but it's to be avoided.
Yeah, let's steer it away, because otherwise we're gonna.
Sounds good.
Positive discussions are good.
Of course.
Fucking, I want to make jokes so bad now.
Yeah, me too.
Man,
bro.
surprisingly, little pedophiles in my area.
Oh come on, just make them. We're all adults here, I think.
No, you've
Make
got a
pedophiles?
couple minors.
No, it's like. Yeah, think about positive things. Man, I haven't seen a pedophile in a while. Just, you know. Like-
Alright,
that
I'm
is
closing this channel. No,
That's it. You're all banned.
yeah.
Ooh, that hurt.
Yeah, I looked on my logs. I saw that my town had like 7 pedophiles registered. Live in a small rural town.
How many people?
Yeah, it's
7.
not a little too much competition there. You know,
Wait,
a lot.
no. How many people?
Huh? How many people? Like
Yeah, in your town. Like, not the
a couple
pedophiles.
thousand. Couple thousand, I'd say.
God, I would have
Like,
loved it if you just said
like,
7.
is
That would have
it-
been great.
Yeah, it's 7. I want him to say 7,000 because that means for every 1,000 people, there's at least one pedophile. No, that's not exactly a good statistic. But I mean, that's the
No.
thing with rural communities. They always have screwy statistics. I mean, look at Greenland. It has the highest suicide rate in the world despite having such a small population.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of hard to actually get a really accurate statement from there. It could just be like an area thing.
But yeah, statistics as a whole are kind of like, you know, they're you can't really they only say what they say. They don't you can't really infer additional information from statistics. It's not like if you go to Greenland you're more likely to commit suicide.
Yeah, it's just statistics, not like an actual blatant fact. Anyone live in Wisconsin from here?
No.
Or at least been to it? Okay, worth a shot.
Very much of a reach.
Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
don't think-
just curious because on a completely random subject and changing subjects, it's kind of sad that the whole of Canada, a country with 38 million people, something like that, has a smaller dairy sector than the state of Wisconsin, and I'm kind of ashamed of that.
Well, America is also like the fucking breadbasket of like the Western world, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, there's few regions that can compete with their agricultural output.
Well, it's like one of the very few countries that's actually colossally huge, and almost all of the land's usable.
Well, it has just very good. It is almost all of the land is usable, but it just has very good soil quality, like for
It's got-
large parts
look,
of it.
America's got a lot of things going for it, especially with its barrier islands, because that way it doesn't need large ports at all. Like if you look at Amsterdam, Singapore, and China, they build all these massive ports, but America doesn't need them because they already have a natural set of islands that break tides, so they can build much smaller ports.
Yeah. That, and it's also the size of a port is dependent on its need, and like America's built military bases, but the thing is, like, America's not very population dense. It's getting
No, it's not.
denser, but like, what would the point being of building like even in like Texas or something, or like in California, what would well, in California there might be a point of building like a super harbor, but if you in like, for example, Europe, the reason why Amsterdam port is so big is because you can reach, hundreds of millions of customers from that port. Whereas, in America you'd have a hard time because you can only really get to the state, if you know what I mean, because it's so massive.
Yeah, no, that is fair enough. Speaking of which, in Amsterdam, do you live in one of like the polders regions, or just like a normal region?
What, in Amsterdam?
No, sorry,
Yeah,
not
those are contradictions there.
in the Netherlands. I'm sorry if I insulted you.
Well, it's not so much an insult, it's just, a weird statement to make as you made it.
Well, I'm just curious. I've never actually been there. I've always wanted to go. I was going to go last year, but then COVID hit.
Amsterdam's alright. Like, I personally don't rate it too highly because I don't like cities that much, but it's like an alright city. I've been there a couple of times.
Yeah, but what I meant was, how do you, in the Netherlands as a whole, do you live in one of the polder regions, or just in one of the actual normal dryland regions?
I live in the dryland regions because I live in the east right now, but it's kind of it's deceptive because I live like very close to the inland sea, aka like the part of the
Yeah, the
ocean that we claimed.
Yeah, that's what I
Um,
mean by polder. Or how are you? I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
I mean, you have polders, but like I have to actually like what do they mean by polder? Let's see.
I thought that was just like what you call the reclaimed land areas. I couldn't believe
It is, but like I don't know what qualifies as that anymore.
that. Well, and it probably
Definitely not the cities.
I just mean anything you've reclaimed from the from your.
Yeah, but we don't call, if we turn an area back in, if we reclaim land and then build a city on it, then we wouldn't call it
Yeah.
a polder anymore. Basically, you only call that when it's still visibly reclaimed land, like farmland.
Oh, okay. So it's more of a process rather than an actual
Yeah.
area. I see.
Yeah, because if you look at like a map of the Netherlands from like the 15 or 1400s, like about half the country is below sea level, so that's all reclaimed. But we don't refer to it as polders, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand now. Thanks. Look at this, learning Dutch history. That's a great topic.
And apparently they still want to reclaim more land, so they want to make like more islands inside the inland sea.
I'm sure in 500 years, all of Doggerland or whatever that area is called is going to be reclaimed and owned by the Dutch.
Doggerland.
It's like that. It's kind of
Like-
like that underwater continent that would connect Britain and Netherlands.
Oh, right, like the Dogger Banks and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I think the reclamation effort is going to be like sort of limited to like the Dutch shale islands and stuff because they don't want to like go inside the waterways. They want to go inside where it's just like a relatively shallow ocean and there's like reasons to connect those places.
No, the Dutch must reclaim it all. All.
I mean, of course, all, but like at a very slow pace.
The year is 20. The year is 3123. All of the oceans have vanished. They are all Dutch.
Have you seen the XKCD joke comic about that?
No, wait. There's a comic about that?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Oh, it goes much further than that. Let me just find it. It's a long thing, by the way.
I haven't found a class 10 in forever.
Another cool thing about soil that's reclaimed from the ocean is it's usually very nutrient rich, so it can be used for farming quite easily. And because it's like supposed to be sea, it's like almost always got like it's effectively got aquifers all over the place. And when you like separate the like when you separate a chunk from the ocean, eventually it'll become sweet water.
Okay. How vulnerable is that type of desertification?
Sorry, what?
How vulnerable is it to desertification? Like when you when you turn the soil up and remove some carbon.
In the
from it,
Netherlands,
like-
in the Netherlands, not because the reason why you don't get a desert here is because of the way that effectively the climate and the way that that hot and cold weather gets pushed over Europe. There is no chance of a desert really forming because there's nothing preventing clouds from reaching anywhere in the Netherlands, if you know what I mean. There's no landmark, and the jet stream doesn't randomly change. It's very consistent, so you don't get it doesn't become like a desert because it's always going to get like clouds pretty much.
I see.
Because the Netherlands is right on top of like a region that always gets like so like effectively like you get clouds coming from the Atlantic. They sort of pass over the UK and then go down into Europe, and then the Netherlands gets hit by that like every time.
I messaged you the comics.
Yeah, I'm reading them right now.
Start at part 1.
Yeah, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. And yes, the whole world is just Netherlands. Yep, that makes sense.
The biggest like environmental problem in the Netherlands is I guess the streetification / the like removal of gardens and all that sort of stuff, because that really causes like water not to go back into the water table, and that's like a more of an issue than what happens to reclaimed land. Reclaimed land is usually pretty good.
I see. At least you don't have forest fire.
No.
We have a few hundred, but that's beside the point. We also have freezing cold temperatures. Most of our land actually isn't usable for anything. It's just permafrost.
Yep. And it's when it no longer is permafrost, it's like yay, but it means that the world is dying.
No, it doesn't mean yay. That land is can't use the land. It's been so damaged by permafrost. The only thing that it does is leak methane out. You can't even use it for. There's nothing living in it. Nothing can live in it. You can't use it for farming. You can't build anything on it because of how much it shifts. It's literally useless.
Oh wow, damn. Then
Yeah.
it's,
No.
yay.
There's only one country in the world that will benefit from global warming. That's Russia. Sure, they have permafrost too, but not nearly on the scale we do.
Right.
And Russia gets more farming out of it, so they're like, yeah, pollute away, people.
Yeah, they like the Russian like agricultural board was like, oh yeah, we predict that in like 30 to 40 years we'll get like 50% more arable land. It's like, oh Jesus Christ.
That's the Ruskies.
It's like, but what if we heat the earth and that's how we win?
Just give me. Oh, let's go.
Well, hopefully human ingenuity comes through. Or at least common sense does. At the very least.
Yeah, the like I don't. There's never going to be a point where there's humans are going to be at risk of extinction due to like climate shifts, but society might, and like poor people will get fucked over like the most.
Yeah, absolutely. New Zealand, the land of rich people bunkers.
It's like it's like
Remember that when COVID started, all those rich people were going to New Zealand to hide in their fucking vacation houses.
Can't say I do, but then again, I don't like actively follow the news because it's too depressing.
No, well, you know what? That's good on you. That's actually a good thing.
It just upsets me, and I can't do anything about it. I'm like, oh well.
Like, it's just a different philosophy in life. Like, I mean, I totally get why no one won't watch the news, because you're right, it is extremely depressing, but I always want to be informed and never not know what's going on, if you know what I mean.
Then it's like high propaganda. Like everybody reports the news sort of differently, and a lot of times the it's sensationalized or like whatever. So it's until it becomes like a historical account, its validity is like very much up in the air.
Yeah, no, I never, if I can avoid it, I never watch partisan news networks.
Yeah, though it's very hard to like which one did you describe as like nonpartisan? Because almost all of them are.
CBC, it's not completely nonpartisan. 90% of its content's required to be in Canada, and it is non. I mean, it's like owned by the government, sure, but it's not like government propaganda or any of that.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, I have no experience with Canadian
Well,
broadcasting, so I wouldn't have a measuring stick for it.
Yeah, no, it's. I would say it's good. It's kind of like the BBC in a way.
Definitely sounds good. Yeah, definitely sounds good. Like I prefer like sort of state-owned networks rather than like some fucking rich asshole who happened to monopolize media.
Cough, Washington Post. Do you know who that's owned by?
Is it Rupert Murdoch?
No, it's Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos, okay.
And he started printing a bunch of articles saying why billionaires are good and why it's a bad idea to tax the rich.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
America's weird.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
he does have experience in the manners. He must know well.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, America sounds hellish, really. Like, it depends on where you live, obviously, because it's so vast, but, like, some of its, like, rules and policies are so insane. Like, because America used to have, like, a sort of, like, kind of like in its government, it used to have, like, a sort of permanent conservative faction that would kind of prevent things from becoming partisan politics. But they got rid of that in like the 18 or 1900s. So now it's just this fucking insane two-party system, which is just like unrecognizable anywhere else. And, it might as well be like a royal family, given how the same family names come up so often.
Well, I mean, here's the thing though, and this is just an English thing. People don't understand the royal family. I mean, sure, they have a little bit of political power, but not nearly on the degree.
Oh no, of
They
course
can
not. Like they have no executive power anymore, or very limited executive power,
And-
but they still get a government stipend.
But here's the thing: the government makes more off them than they make off the government. And the reason is because you gotta remember the royal family, like the Windsor Palace and Tower of London and all those vineyards. That's all owned by the royal family. So the deal is basically, look, we'll allow visitors to all those places, and in exchange, you give us this money, and they make like over $1 billion off those tourist destinations each year, and they give like 300 million to the royal family. So it's a 700 million gain for the UK government.
Yeah, definitely. Like, but I'm always like, cause from the perspective of the Netherlands, like for example, like, cause they still have like a royal family as well, but I think
Right.
I think they're like, cause they got rid of like a lot of the nobility in the Netherlands like a long time ago, but they still have royals.
The royal family. Yeah.
And
Wait,
what?
no, sorry, just random question. Wasn't one of your kings like a pilot?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's not like he came from being a pilot. He just had a hobby.
Yeah, I know. I heard he was like a KLM.
Yep.
Yeah. But
Correct.
but yeah, so yeah, because from my opinion, like in the Dutch royal family, sometimes they do like really fucked up things, like use their wealth to buy up houses. And I'm like, there's already a housing crisis in the Netherlands, and here's this motherfucker who is getting,
Oh, well.
who's on like extreme welfare effectively, and he is using his welfare to buy up houses so normal people can't live.
Well, welcome to the club. We're also having a.
I think
But
all
in
of,
Canada,
all of Western society.
Yeah, well,
Wait,
here's the thing. Canada has the worst housing crisis out of all of you. In the last 20 years, take a guess of how much housing prices have gone up.
Rent.
Yeah,
shit,
but
housing,
they-
housing prices. You can't even get houses nowadays.
I know,
they've
but
gone up, but like, is there no like organization that builds new houses? Because it's not like Canada has no space.
No. The problem is not building houses. The problem is the foreign market buying them all up.
You'll build new houses, but then investors will just buy them and then rent them,
Exactly.
and then charge more money, and then then
that's
the
exactly it.
housing prices go up way past any millennial could hope to afford without like a fucking
And that's exactly
a
what
really
happened.
good paying degree after like maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
And even then, because you can't loan
Because
that
you have to
much
fight
anymore.
against the rent too.
Yeah,
Like you
you
have
do.
to save past all the rent and past all the bullshit.
Then you're
I
not
live
allowed
in
to.
the,
You're not allowed to loan that
Okanagan.
much.
I live in
either.
the Okanagan here in Canada, and that's
Oh,
like
you
the
do?
most insane. Yeah, the
Yeah,
prices
no.
here locally, the rent prices
on-
are as high as Toronto, like downtown Toronto now,
Yeah. No,
which is fucking retarded. Like, there's no
I'm
pay
on-
like that here.
Yeah, I'm on the island, so I know exactly. I mean, it's not nearly as bad as Metro Vancouver, but
I can live cheaper in Metro Vancouver.
seriously,
To go, Kelowna's insane right now.
Yeah, gee.
It's for a studio. You're talking 1,500.
Really?
Yeah.
I can get. Well, I mean,
Jesus.
I can. If I can find
Forget
a
pets
good
too.
deal,
Like if you have pets, you just fucking kill them.
Are those like just?
That's why I'm going to Toronto. That's why I'm going to Ontario. Like.
Those are like Netherlands prices, by the way. Like 1,500 for a studio. You can get that in like if you go into like one of the major
Not
cities.
US,
in the-
Canadian.
Yeah. But those are like the Netherlands prices in for houses as well. Like if you go to, or for like apartments, if you go to like one of the major cities, you pay like 1,500 for like a fucking
Yeah,
shit.
this isn't a major city.
No, Kelowna
Really?
is not a major. It's not. Trust me, it is not a major city.
It's like 120,000 or something now.
Hmm.
Considering when they're
A bit bigger than Victoria.
Yeah, Victoria's about the same size, I'd say.
It's about
Victoria's-
this. Kelowna's been growing a lot faster.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, when Kelowna's like how many
The
kilometers? away from Vancouver?
fire's been helping with that though.
Oh yeah, how are you guys got hit by that big one a few
Yeah,
weeks
it
ago?
was
Didn't you?
shit. Fucking
you have to
skies were
evacuate?
like dark yellow and stuff. Not where I was.
Alright. Yeah, I saw that. That was
Yeah,
cool.
no, I can't stay living in this region. It's too expensive.
So you're gonna
And
go-
there's just not as many job opportunities for degree jobs and shit either.
Oh, what do you have your master's in? Or master's? in?
No. I'm still a trainee.
Oh.
Training. I'm going to school for E. I finished my diploma in it, but then I need to finish a bridge in third year and fourth year.
I see.
but I'm not gonna be able to find like that many good jobs locally,
Yeah, no, I know what you
especially
mean.
that are
Yeah.
gonna be able to pay for that insane inflation.
Well, no job is set up to pay for extreme inflation at all. It's not connected.
Well, the nice thing is, I mean, it's doesn't have a lot, but it is a step in the right direction. Our provincial government has actually now tied our minimum wage to the inflation rate, so at least that's a step in the right direction. So every
Yeah,
time
but
the
it takes a
inflation
long
rate goes
time.
up, I know, but every time the inflation rate goes up, so is the minimum wage, and that's a good thing.
From my experience, though, a lot of the lower end jobs, you're at like say like close to minimum wage, you barely get bumped up.
Fair enough.
Everything kind of gets sucked down to that level regardless.
Yeah.
Like my previous job as an aircraft maintenance engineer, I was like $20 an hour living in Calgary, and that was tough. It was like I don't know, $1,200 a month back then for a studio. Like one bedroom.
Jeez. When housing prices in 20 years go up 116%, it can get nasty.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, I know a couple of like millionaires in the Netherlands, like personally, but they like, it's very hard to like appreciate what they're doing because a lot of them are in real estate, and they're
Well,
like,
a lot
oh
of
no,
them are they're landlords and shit. They own like 10 properties and they collect rent on all of them. At least here, that's the case.
yeah, no, definitely, because they're like, this family got their wealth by like being like a sausage manufacturer, and now they get their wealth from being like a fucking real estate mogul in like a small country where they can buy up shit tons of housing, and they're like, oh yeah, you can live in our like affordable fucking student housing, which student housing in the Netherlands is fucking cancerous because it's like, welcome to like, you get to live in like a barracks and you get way less rights than if you have your own fucking apartment.
Yeah, that's part of the issue. Is like I ended up getting my pets and stuff. Back when I was actually able to, when I was like doing work and all that, and I didn't have to move back with parents to finish off a different diploma because I really didn't like the job I picked. So now I finished that, but I still have pets, and it's like, okay, well, now that the housing crisis has really struck all the rental stuff, there's no fucking places like that. All the landlords can do whatever the fuck they want, and have
Yeah.
all the terms that they want, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's one of the big reasons why I'm looking at moving to Ontario, because they have different laws there in that regard.
Yeah, and there's so much exploitation of the like student housing system. It's ridiculous. Like, it's the amount of people that just take advantage of students is like ridiculous. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, it's,
How they do it in Ontario is it's like it falls back onto, at least for the pet stuff, but for I'm sure other stuff too, it falls back onto municipal rulings as being the baseline of like what you're allowed to do in your personal housing that's being rented. Landlords can't set those rules legally, nor can they turn you down based on those specific like things.
well,
Yeah.
I'd love to stay on and chat with you guys, but it is getting late and I want to go to bed, so I will see you guys in the morning. For
All right.
lunch, I will see you in the afternoon.
Yeah. Have a good night.
You too.
Take care.
But yeah, I hope in my lifetime it'll change. I hope there'll be like some legislation that actually fucking breaks this ridiculous like insanity of like property value increase, because it's all dead money is like the worst part. It's all just ends up in like the few rich man's pockets, and the like the total spending power of like a person actually goes down, because if you're spending half your wage on like a house, that's money that's not going anywhere else, so it kind of is like draining on the GDP, because it's like a fucking, or well, it's not draining on the GDP, but it's like lopsidedly putting it all in like one place rather than like having it go to like other businesses or industries.
Hey, so Asma, I was wondering.
Hmm.
Um, I saw someone asking about ship catalog ships, and I have this one that I've modified from QQ, and I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Like a few people have um,
Yeah, that'd
asked
be a
about the
contender if you
difference.
want.
Would would it
I would
be
check with QQ about getting it up to date with some of the changes we've made, though.
okay? Yeah, I just didn't know if there's like
There's some other requirements for advanced miner, though.
a precedent for submitting.
Assuming that that would fit under the advanced miner category.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the whole goal of my modifications to it were essentially to just double the crate, and then I kind of added stuff to go along with that, like increased thrusters and then increased generators and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll check with
a
QQ.
modified thing of his version would be good. That or literally just his version with more beams and just extended cargo. That'd be good with more thrusters. I'm sure your version would totally fine too.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I did the one extra generator, but I'm thinking now I actually need another one or two in addition to that one. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the other cool modification I made that I feel like should be standard, maybe on hauler and miner class ships, is to have between 4 and 8 storage crates that are on a separate network with an associated resource point for storing repair materials. So I have 8 crates that have 2 Agitite, 2 Vicarium, 2 Bastium, 2 Valkites, and a couple other random things like Exorium, for instance, for my fuel rods. And if you keep it separate, it makes it real convenient so you can transfer everything but those whenever you dump stuff back and forth between station and ship inventories.
Do you know, like, I mean, I think you only need 1 stack of each
Yeah, I just
emergency resource anyway, but how many emergency resources are we talking about? How many crates? Because
I think it's
I have-
fine to still have to manage them yourself.
I mean,
but
I had 8,
understand.
or I have 8 now, and it already came
Yeah.
in handy because I smacked something, blew off my fucking rangefinders, and I just connected to my repair resource or network, and I had all the crafting materials I needed to replace everything that was damaged. It was real smooth and easy, and I didn't have to think about it.
yeah,
It's
I get what you're saying, but I
I don't think it's necessary to have a separate network.
exactly.
I
think- I think
you
you
should be
necessary.
capable of dealing with it themselves.
I mean, what you should do is have redundant ports that are connected to different areas of the ship, so that if you have damage, so that you can still access every individual ore section.
No,
I
that's not.
don't, I don't think you want to
I
separate.
I understand what you did, Toval, and
Mhm.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's 8 ore crates. Like, if you need something from 2 different parts of the resource network, then you have to do a lot of like weird shit. Like if you don't have one of the resources you need in that one, but you have the resource you need in
Still,
the main network.
so
then it's just,
here-
like,
so-
you may as well just have it all in the main network and just connect to the main network. And then
yeah, I
just
mean,
manage
fair
it
point.
yourself and keep repair resources in your inventory. It's just like having someone make sure they bring all the essential tools with them when they go out on a thing, which they usually don't, and then they get stranded, and then they, go.
Right,
"Oh,
but
my
here's the
I
thing,
didn't bring a
right?
pipe
The
tool. I
tools
didn't
that
check
you
my
bring-
pipe tool ammo."
in your backpack, you've got however many slots, they stay there, right? So the problem I'm actually addressing is when you dock at a space station, you've got a full load of ore, you right click and say transfer all to station, and now you have to go to the station and transfer back all the things that you want to keep to repair. And you have to do that every single time, right? And like that kind of gets annoying over time. Because every time you empty out your ship, you have to transfer back all of your repair resources.
I
That is-
have an alternative solution.
What's that?
Just put it on a hinge.
Put what on a hinge?
Put the connection on a hinge
What connection?
to access that part of the network.
I mean,
That way
I was
it's
just
locked
throwing it out
away
there.
and so it's not
It-
on a separate network.
to me,
I don't
it's-
like the idea of it being on a separate
and
network.
it works. I was just
Yeah,
just
no, I'm giving you
playing.
my critique as someone who's done a lot of ship design. that if you want it that way, and I understand that it would be a pain in the ass to have to do it every time, then
Oh, yeah, it
how to
is.
do that is to just put it on a small hinge switch, so it disconnects itself from the network. Unless you press a button and then
But that's effectively the same thing I just described. It's basically a separate network, and you never have to.
No, it's not a
You never
separate
do
network.
touch it.
It's not a separate network. It's stored by itself, and then you have to enable it to connect to the network.
So my 8 crates, they store the resources, and
The
you have to
problem
connect the
I
resource
mentioned
and
with your double, but the problem I mentioned was
Mhm.
if you end up needing or wanting to use items from your main network anyways. And you have to sit there and you're going to have to juggle ore in between them to get everything you want in the right network.
Okay. Well, don't have to make it standard. I was just saying, it is very convenient. For anyone who minds.
Ultimately depends on what kind of mining you do.
Mm.
But yeah, we are interested in a more advanced version of the Q ship. But I will be honest, we also would like to probably get something that's a bit more polished.
In what way polished?
Pretty. Because we're talking about an advanced miner. Please don't just weld the fucking warp core unbalanced on the top. But they'll just like just fucking bolt that shit on with like no.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you want a permanent warp core ship, then it needs to be
designed from the
larger
beginning. Yeah. If I was to convert the QB into it, I would take that whole cargo section, add a whole nether cargo section behind it, and add a gap in the middle where I put the warp core.
Yeah,
and then reinforce all those beams where those cargo sections are connected to. And
yeah, personally, I just
add
wouldn't bother with that at all, and just have a ship without a warp core, and only temporarily have the warp core so that you can leave the miner wherever you want it, and then have a hauler with a warp core.
It's true.
Because hauling a warp core all over the place through the build is needless weight.
It is, but it's also not that much weight when you're considering into the 200 plus crate range.
Oh yeah,
but warp core is like 10 crates or whatever.
I just think that
it's literally as much. Oh, it's literally as much as his what's it called, the repair crates.
Yeah, but I just think a smaller miner is going to be more time efficient when coupled with resources,
logistics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, having like small dedicated miners that we can just toss out to the green station and stuff would be good. One of the current issues is the green gate is very hostile, and you need to be able to leave the green gate efficiently, and that also means you can't really necessarily remove your warp core safely right as soon as you leave the green gate.
Well, yeah, but you only need to park your miner there once, so you need
Yeah, but you need to get through the green gate with your with all the miners. We want to move through the green gate safely, and then move them out, while also making sure that they're not too imbalanced from the warp core. You can definitely do that, but we are looking for a warp-capable miner for our advanced miner. We can still have a higher capacity basic miner, but if we're parking it out at a station anyways, the current one, the QB, is fine. It has enough range to live out of one of those stations just fine. because you don't need, if you're pretty close to a station and you're just hunting for C10s, you don't need like 200 crates.
Yeah.
100 crates that thing has is fine.
Exactly.
A lot of people are looking for a lot larger crate miners, and I think that is misguided.
Yep.
Because what you should have is a freighter and a miner. And we need warp-capable freighters, so you're not having to fuck around with those warp.
Yeah, that's the big thing. You need warp-capable freighters that are capable of surviving at least a pot shot.
Definitely, that's the ideal of working in a company, is that you have role dedication, so that you're not bogging down your miner with additional weight when you could just have a big ship.
Yep, because as well it leads to all the drifting and all the bullshit. That's just not a great time. Getting some freighters up is a really big thing. I still haven't had any submitted to me. I've browsed through the Blueprints channel looking for possible submissions, but
for what?
There is some, but I would like them to be super. I'd like them to be
freighter
super.
that we can add to the catalog.
Yeah, I'd like them to be super voxel efficient, like very little spent on decoration. Maybe just the clan tag and like a little bit of color paneling, but that's about it, because they're just like so. You really need to.
Like I suggested with freighters, armor the inside, not the outside.
Right. Yeah, because the cargo crates can just if they shoot a couple of those off. Yeah.
Who cares if it shoots the cargo crates? You just gotta be really smart with how you do the beams. I believe who was making a freighter. They also made it a miner, which is like.
I've got a large mining ship.
500 plus crates, and they also make it a miner. I'm like.
I've got a 400 crate miner, but that is just because that's like my solo ship. That's like what I just.
Yeah.
But I agree, it's not efficient, compared to
no, because it feels like garbage. But if we can place the stations and you operate near the stations, ideally you just leave your miner out there, and we should have a logistics holding ship parked nearby in the safe zone of that station, and you can just we can literally just fill up God knows how much propellant, like 500 million propellant or something in there, and a ton of rods of various T1, T2. And whenever you come out with the freighters, ideally I'd like to also see the freighters carry a bit of extra propellant and a bit of extra fuel rods, just to help replenish the resources alongside a logistics ship.
Yeah, and the best thing about freighters is that they can I honestly want to make a freighter, but I've not been because I can't guarantee unless I can get a contract or something from the company to say look, if you just make a really efficient freighter, we'll pay you X million, because I need resources. I just don't have this is why I'm making a freighter miner hybrid.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you that we're going to be able to pay you X million, because I need to see what you do, because all I know is it could be a fucking laborer. It's
no.
Straps slapped together.
Well, you don't want a strapped together laborer for millions?
No, I know, and that's why
I've done a couple labor submissions now, so.
Yeah, no, that's why it's better if I because I can show you what I've done with my thing, and it's absolutely not aesthetic at all. So in that sense, it's gonna fail, but it's very efficient bolt and beam wise. Well, it has some beam redundancy, but bolt wise, it's very efficient.
I'll tell you right now, we don't have any other. To my knowledge, I don't know of anyone that's making. It could fit in all sorts of different tiers as well. We need freighters. It's definitely the number 2 on our priority right now is a quote-unquote light freighter, and I'll be honest, I don't agree with the cargo amount on it. 200 cargo is a bit
yeah, that's not a freighter.
Small. So I'll have to talk to Enigma.
The light, I consider 300 plus light.
I would say 300 to 400.
For a non-minor freighter.
And
me and Biff are getting both 1,000 crate freighters.
Because that's 3 loads of ore.
Yeah.
Starter miner and
that's
first.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go. Those numbers are for you to adjust. Anything that's drastic, obviously.
Yeah, no, because like freighters are also relatively inexpensive to build.
I put
So
it to 350. I think that's
so
Then for an actual freighter, I'd like to see like 600,
minimum of
600 to 800.
I could probably make a freighter that has 1,000 cargo and it could still be inexpensive.
Yeah, and then speed. Speed's important.
Oh,
Like, we're still aiming for the 100 ms while full.
you may find this this one amusing.
When I
then.
say full, I don't mean virtual mass full, because
Yeah, just like 30k rather than 40k. Like that's like sort of more realistic.
No, I do like 20.
All right, then that's gonna make the specs
Because
even
Lucium's
easier.
like 26. Lucium's like 26k.
That's gonna make the specs even easier because this thing can go max speed at like full cargo capacity. So if you look at like the engine work on that, like that could potentially carry like with lower speed requirements, it could probably carry 700 to 800 crates, but obviously it'd have to be elongated.
You can't put more crates forward, or is it just not the crates aren't filled out?
No, the reason why is because I want to go max speed at like full cargo capacity, but I could like easily increase the amount of like I could increase this layer of crates, and I could like remove this because it's like this is a very like make it fast, make it like voxel efficient, and that's it. It's very explosive. This is meant for safe zone mining, so that's why it was like.
Yeah.
That's
no,
why
I
nothing else was a factor, if you know what I mean. It's got paper mache armor, and paper mache floor plates, and it looks like ass. But it would like a large.
The internals of that definitely wouldn't
a large freighter is it's more about like the sort of engine. Like this engine allows for maneuvering and also a forward thrust. I wouldn't have to bother with roll or anything like that. So it would mainly just be like if I was going to make a freighter, it would have a similar engine configuration to this because it's inexpensive.
Yep, I would agree with that.
And this could probably, according to your specs, which are like half the specs that I would usually use, this could probably push 800 crates and still go pretty fast, like easily above 100. Because of like this is like 90 box thrusters, which is 9 times 600 or 90 times 600, because I think a box thruster is 600. Oh, it's 500. Okay, then it's 45 million thrust backwards at least.
Yeah. How heavy is your ship?
Is there a easy way to see it?
Go and test mode. Go test mode. And go walk up to the ship and look somewhere with it and press P.
Oh God! I don't know why unable to open auction house in this location is constantly spamming there.
P.
Yeah.
P, like letter P.
I know, but like, oh, what?
Can we get a flash of the number?
Yeah, look at that shit. Like I'm like, how the fuck?
You sure you don't have one of them?
Like I've been having this bug for like a day.
Yeah, I got 7.68 million.
I easily overthrusted this, right? Like it's even fully loaded. How 416 or something, 410. And this thing is cheap, by the way, dirt cheap. Uh, 411.
You have a 2.8 thrust to mass ratio. You won't hit max speed if you're fully loaded.
Really? How close will I how close will I get?
Not sure, because we haven't had someone actually do the curve, and I haven't found someone that actually has the curve. I've heard the number 6.2 thrown around for thrust to mass.
And how much did I have?
You had 2.8. If with
Really?
20,000 kgs though, so.
Okay. Then the numbers that I like looked up online are off.
Yeah, that calculator is a bit off.
Hmm. That's
If you're
unfortunate.
using the starbase calculations.
Yeah, I'm using the starbase calculator.
Not saying it's going to be slow. I would really love if someone did like 30 data points on a thrust to mass curve, and then we'd have a rough idea where all those land. Then we'd have a better idea, like just doing a rough calculation on thrust to mass.
Yeah, the problem
What
is like
speed you should expect.
yeah, the sort of annoying thing is that you always have like multiple levels of inaccuracy because you have to like I'd have to like
Right.
measure the speed and all that sort of shit, and I don't know if there's like a really accurate way of doing it rather than just like timing it.
Yeah, there is you. So you time it of the fastest ship you can possibly have, like definitely 100% max speed ship with a thrust to mass that is over 7 or something, over like say like 10. To do like the best case scenario ship, and we just time it over a specific distance in the test mode,
Yeah.
like a known distance, like from this ore tower to this ore tower, full stop, no acceleration included. Do that time and then compare every other time for other ships to that, and compare their thrust to mass and stuff. But the big thing would be making sure they're balanced. It wouldn't be too hard for me to do theoretically, but
Balanced? How do you mean?
like we are 100% sure that it's like getting full thrust. So
Right.
Yeah, so if you're off balance, some thrusters won't get all the thrust, so you're
Yeah.
wasting.
Oh, this ship is on balance, I'm pretty sure.
like I'd probably just make like a spear ship and then just keep piling on weight on the front, and then just checking the and just keep adding data points on a curve, and then just see where those speeds end up, so we have a better idea. Because 2.8 times thrust to mass is definitely not bad. It would be a lot less with typical ore loads.
Yeah. Yeah, because in fairness, I didn't account much for like the weight of the structure as a whole, because I figured
20,000.
what's right?
20,000 per crate was with that ore loads. That's like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of lithium, and not full lithium though.
Yeah, but I always figured that the
And
majority of
pretty
the
heavy.
the majority of the mass of the ship would come from its thrusters and its cargo. So I figured that and those are both like core components
Yeah,
to the ship.
that's about half the mass. You get about the other half when your cargo's full, with 20,000 per.
Yeah. But yeah, I do want to make a freighter, but I'm super resource poor. I have to like build this ship and actually go out mining.
You get a thrust to mass of about 3.6 when you're using like minimum ore to like the 12K.
Right.
Give you an idea, this fighter is actually not doing much better than you, but holy shit, it's got a lot of thrust.
Yeah, like I was about to say, like I did do like 'cause-
Your ship weighs like 7 point something million kgs. Take a guess how much my fighter weighs.
Loading. I'm gonna guess 600,000, or maybe actually no, maybe 500,000.
Nope.
No, there's no way it weighs more than that, right? It's less than that, right?
Nope. More. Way more.
What does it weigh? 1,000,000?
Way more.
How the fuck? Like how dense is that thing?
More.
2 million? Oh my god, 2.5 million kg. How the fuck? Look at the size difference though.
Dense fly.
That's which material? All coronium or something else?
Oh yeah, no, I have. There's some bastion trim I can change, but for the most part, it's gonna land at around that like 2.7 though.
Yeah, because the
But
super
it does have a lot of thrust on it. So. Those are tier 3 nozzles. Fancy. Because as we found out, that's a free thrust upgrade. Not free, but inexpensive if you make them. And I can make them. I was focusing extremely hard today, and I got like all the plates on. I think I just got to do these interior plates now and this little front plate. And I'm fucking done. I'm so excited. And I can do the wiring, and I need someone to do the cockpit. I don't even want to know how much this fucking cockpit weighs, to be honest. This thing's probably like 500,000 by itself. I'm pretty sure the Malarian's like 1.6 mil also. So it really depends on the actual size. Size can be
Deceiving, because it's just not very dense.
Yep. Yeah, no, this thing is dense and it can take an absolute hailstorm of bullets. Tip to tail, like the Malarian's pretty similar size. Malarian is not a small fighter though. 1.5 million.
Also, another nice thing about this ship is I think I got it quite low on the voxel budget, because it's still its voxel volume is under half. Like it's 700 million, I believe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Which I'd say is pretty good, but I have no frame of reference, if you know what I mean.
Well, I don't know if it's like when you get high on that, maybe it causes a lot of lag issues or something, but.
But it does mean that like we could, or it does mean that if I design a, go ahead, sorry.
Well, yeah, like when you get towards 1,000 crates, that's where you gotta be a lot more careful on your constraints.
Yeah, but it does seem promising though, because this is like I'm like more or less halfway to 1,000, if you know what I mean.
I'll give you an idea. The shard, whatever. That's like I think to the billion. Someone showed off one earlier with the cool, like giant ass plasma thrusters, and that was almost towards voxel limit. I don't remember having crates that thing that time. Yeah, I'm at 1 billion right now. And
It is a very complicated shape though that you went for.
and the other cargo's not in yet, so I'm gonna put all this cargo in the other frame. I thought I had it in. It's not. Anyways. I can't remember how much cargo this is at right now. That's one of the issues. It is a very complex frame. There's a lot of just mass.
Yeah, if I design a freighter, it's just going to be a rectangle, effectively, like this, sort of. So
You just gotta do
just a pretty
what Ryan was
rectangle.
doing with a giant evergreen.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to look like that, more or less, because it's just a square is just a very efficient volumetric shapes, especially if you have squares to build with, if you know what I mean.
I would recommend building with the 423mm plates in mind.
423 millimeter.
Bigger's better. I'm talking PvP ships. Ships that will and maybe get wrecked. They're a bit of a strange size, but they are what you want to use.
Yeah, no, definitely. I like using the biggest thing. Like this thing also uses the biggest beams and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind. But that's for the future.
That and making it so it's like 7mm socket. Did a bit of a design for that. I believe Hera also did a bit of a design for that, making sure it's like not going to self-destruct when one thing goes.
Oh yeah, for sure. This thing is absolutely unsafe. But if I build like a proper freighter that's going out into the unsafe areas, then it's gonna be very safe. It's gonna be
'Cause it might get attacked, and we might lose a section of the ship. And
Yeah.
we prefer if the other sections don't,
yeah,
well,
maintaining flyability above all else.
yeah, yeah. So just keeping propellant off into its own like little sections, and you can even do like giant wing pods and stuff for all I care. Just get it away from the core beams and stuff that's going to make the ship completely break apart.
Yeah, definitely. I'll probably do. I might do wing pods. I might do like, just like I might measure the explosion size of like propellant tanks, and just
That
the.
information's already there in the R&D. Just look
Alright.
up the word large prop or large propellant. or something.
Is there any like are the small ones, do they explode? What's the like explosion ratio between small, medium, and big?
Depends. I don't know the ratio. They all depend, and it all depends on the direction they're facing and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well,
All the
I'll use
info
that
is there.
data. Because then I'll definitely try
In
and
general,
make it.
smalls are bad because they're
Okay.
too weak.
Yeah, that's another
They
consideration.
can't take enough hits. Pretty much one stray autocannon shell can set off a small.
All right, I kind of
Large can
assumed.
actually take like a number of hits.
Okay, that's good because I actually assumed that they all would just die in one hit.
No, that's batteries, and that's the other thing you gotta be careful of. Because batteries, we don't have an option for, so. And so you need to make sure you have redundancy and stuff like that. That'll be the big
Of course,
things
of
I'll
course.
be,
The
I'll
good
be
thing
looking
about
for in
it.
freighters.
The good thing about a freighter is that because it needs so little else, that you can actually afford redundancy because you don't need any additional systems aside from navigation and cargo, and then you can just worry about redundancy if you're like a basic ship, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, having like Q's autopilots, that's gonna be fucking awesome too. For a freighter, oh god, I love that. I wonder if I could put that on my giant like triangle ship. Just like sneak them all between them, like put little cracks between the plates where the laser can come out.
time to build this behemoth. I have to put in the batteries manually because the game doesn't like to recognize the batteries that I have in my inventory. One final test to make sure everything's actually working. Okay, time to print this bad boy and then cry if there's something that doesn't work about it, even though I've tested it all.
What could possibly go wrong?
Alright, here goes. There it is, my first from scratch design chip. Let's see.
Congrats.
Thank
You can
you.
go around scooping up noobs with your giant, like, scoop,
Pretty much.
like an excavator.
Is that the hauler? The open safe zone hauler?
It's not a hauler, it's like a miner. But it has like lots of cargo.
Okay, the awkward miner.
The fat miner.
Oh, okay. Is that how we call it these days? Did you spawn it with all your notes on it?
Yeah, of course. I don't know why my arm is just stuck like this now.
Can you open up the auction house finally?
Yes.
Why does it still say that?
I think it just
Oh, there.
spams that when I'm in the builder for some reason. And I've had like multiple restarts in between, so it's like a persistent problem. Now my arm is just like this, I guess.
You're just in permanent fist bump mode.
Yeah, yeah. Put her there, ship.
Congratulating you for making a ship.
That's exactly the opposite configuration. Yeah, the goal of this was to be like the most basic sort of like mining ship that could operate in the safe zone that was like also really big. Because it had a safe zone mining ship before, but it only had like 70 crates.
I've seen some people try to use like a tractor beam miner. Has anyone tried that?
I have not, no.
To like catch the asteroid and keep it at a distance?
It seems like it'd be a good idea, though.
I wonder what is needed to fire the auto. Just electricity. That's it.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I need to like bolt on the batteries myself because the fucking ship designer does not let you use batteries from your inventory.
It does let you, but you have to charge them first.
Yeah, but I figured that would be like I'd have to make like a blueprint.
I literally made a charging station.
Yeah, that might be worth doing in the future.
Yeah, I don't remember how much batteries cost.
You can't buy them on the auction house. Like nobody's bothered to sell them anymore.
They might have removed them.
Right.
Some of the stuff like that, they've just up and removed. I'll check and do it later.
Yeah, I couldn't find them. They used to be available. Like, it used to be available for like 2K, and I'd like always pay that 2K
Yeah.
just to save the pain in the ass, you know?
Yep, I was selling them for that much. And then they dropped down to like 1,500, and I was like, nope. Just sell them to the thing. I can't do it efficiently right now with pickups, because I'm having like, if I pick up stuff really fast, I get a fucking crash of desktop. With like some sort of like almost like disk write error, which is like really fucked.
Because when you're picking stuff up?
Also causes a dupe.
Yeah, sometimes. I've not managed to like get it like very consistent with the duping.
Mine's been pretty consistent. I reported it as such, but because I just like usually I'll spawn a bunch of capacitors which are already fully charged because they're cheap, and then I'll sell them. I usually would be able to pick every single capacitor up like really quickly, but as soon as I pick up 10, on the 10th one, if I'm picking up quickly, I'll get a CTD. If I pick up 9, then wait like 10 seconds, then I won't. It's kind of fucked. And that only happened after this last major patch.
Right. Yeah, because I managed to dupe like a whole bunch of stuff like cargo crates and all that stuff, but it's kind of like, meh. Like it couldn't duplicate anything.
Seems like they also removed enhancers from the market. I was selling those before also.
Did you find durability errors on your freshly built ship?
No, it's because I had to put the batteries in afterwards because the ship designer doesn't let you place in batteries from your inventory, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So these are like known about durability errors, if you know what I mean. Like this is just me putting in more batteries by hand to save some money, which I'm already regretting right now.
Well, that's what you get for putting in aftermarket mods.
Fucking if only the game fucking worked properly and let you use like batteries that you've crafted in your inventory that are called batteries.
But then you get free electricity.
Yeah, but is that really such a big exploit?
Okay, well, if they just spawn them empty.
Yeah, if
it's
they
not
spawn
like you
them
can't-
empty, it would also fix the problem.
Yeah. It's not like you need them full.
It'd make testing a fucking nightmare in comparison, though.
No. I mean, they're full while in the editor, but as soon as you spawn the ship, you know, let them start empty.
That would also break a lot of things. There's a lot of ships that are not happy when you do that. Like when you run out of battery and run out of gen.
Well, I mean, if you have a ship that, if it ever runs out, is dead.
You have to manually turn on the generators by entering, because the YOLO's dead.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if you could give like a backup battery for the YOLO just to work and not be connected to anything else. But
Just a little capacitor.
yeah, make it less explosive too.
Oh, that would be an idea, just to have a small capacitor in shaped like one of the YOLO racks.
Yeah, just so they make it so one of the YOLO racks can take that capacitor module.
Yep. Make a suggestion?
Annoyingly, it seems as though Auto Bolt is not putting in enough bolts for these things. Like very ironically.
Autobolt is, yeah, weird. I don't understand why you would not understand how to simply autobolt those things to each other. I mean, come on.
Well, this seems like an easy win because this works in like the editor, but it doesn't work in when you're trying to do it like in real life. Stupid problems require stupid solutions.
Yep.
I also can't believe they were like, alright, we've got small rechargeable battery. Couldn't they have just like upscaled this model and just been like, yeah, this is a big rechargeable battery?
It'd be nice because small batteries kind of blow.
I'm sure they're planning on adding it, but still, I would have just been like, yeah, just literally a increased scale model of this thing. There you go. That's your big battery.
Yeah, that would look kind of silly.
Heck, even if they just called it like a battery bank and just stuck like 5 of these things together, but it was just one entity, if you know what I mean, or like 6 of these things together and it was just one thing.
I would like it if we had stronger batteries. So. As it stands, those are really weak modules. Basically, the weakest explosive module in the ship. Weapons might be up there too. Ammo is pretty weak.
Yeah, but you sort of expect it to be.
check policy.
Okay, I painstakingly put in those extra batteries. In the future, I will know not to just pay the fucking cost, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Pay double because this game is retarded. Ship's a little big to maneuver out of the thing.
It's not that bad. Wait till I have to try and maneuver the shard out. I'm literally just gonna have to like push it out with something else and despawn it. Or that giant cage ahead.
Hey,
Hello.
hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Going well. Also, I doubt this, but Asmo, did you go out mining yesterday?
Nope.
Okay. We saw a bogey out in the adapted screen station last night. What are you guys doing?
Flying my first fully self-realized mining ship to see if it works well. I forgot to put in a turtle mode. That's one of the things that I forgot, but that's like a fairly easy fix.
I hope it goes well.
And so the list of small changes and mods continues.
Yeah, well, I was expecting this because, that's also why I didn't want to spend too much time on it or make it too expensive. Because, I know that the Mark II of this is going to be, going to address all the problems in the Mark I.
Yup. That's pretty much what I got going with my ship. I hardly even had a functioning console whenever I birthed it.
Please don't talk about ships that way. It's not fucking Metroid.
Excuse me, I don't want the blue mode. Why would I want blue mode?
should really be a fourth setting for the blueprint panel to show discrepancies between the blueprint and your current ship, which would be that blue mode.
Like, I kind of want to turn it off because I don't really need to see the fucking blue mode.
Yeah, or just like only show it to me when I have a building tool out.
Hold on, one moment. God, yeah, is there no way to turn off laggy blueprint mode?
Snap. Well, out of the pilot seat.
Oh, thank God. Holy crap, thank you. So what distance is good for mining in the safe zone? Like 100 kilometers or?
What?
What distance is good for mining within the safe zone?
Like
30.
range.
Yeah, yeah, range.
Probably want like honestly just like 250 so you don't have to worry about. If you want to worry about having to fill up every time, I'm sure like 100.
Yeah, keep in mind that's outside of the safe zone to get to those distances. Like even 100 is pretty much outside the
Range,
safe zone.
range.
Range. I don't follow.
Range, how far a ship can go.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, the ship's not designed to travel long distance anyway. Like, wasn't part of its.
It's not hard to
spec.
get get distance out any bigger ship. It's really trivial.
No, it was just more like a matter of how much propellant was I gonna did I want to put on the ship.
Yeah, I usually don't want to use smalls. They just don't add up very quick.
True, but they were like inexpensive to make, and that was sort of one of the things, is that this is like this is a sort of like a first ship, which is like I want it to be inexpensive so that if it like doesn't function too well, I haven't spent too much on it, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Yes, right.
Yeah, some calculations are completely off. Like I'm losing propellant way faster than I should be. So I need to like return home and put some propellant tanks on here.
Way faster.
Yeah, I'm losing propellant way faster than I initially calculated.
How did you calculate initially?
Well, I figured I'd be using 5,000 propellant a second, which would mean
Based on what?
based on the there's like a oh, what's it called? Like an Excel sheet.
Oh, yeah, I just looked at the wiki values and multiplied that by the number of main thrusters.
Yeah, I was hoping that the Excel sheet was correct on those values, which it may very well be, but because I'm sort of like gauging it. No, it's like it might be accurate, but I would sort of calculated that with that I could last, several hours traveling at like full speed, but it's looking like uh, it would cut it way too close for my liking.
How much propellant do you have?
40 million.
Because according to like literally the item values, should be 2.16 k per hour.
Per second, you mean, right?
Per second.
Based on 90.
Mm-hmm.
Then why am I losing it so
Box
quickly?
thrusters, you could have a hole. Stop moving and see if it keeps going down.
No, it didn't when I stopped moving.
Have you calculated how much train you're actually having over time?
No, because it seems to be way more than. Because, Jesus, I'm losing fuel super hard.
Could just have a small bladder. I mean, fuel tank.
I do have a small fuel tank, but I didn't expect it to be like a.
Well, maybe some of
How
the
big?
things is-
How many smalls do you have?
40.
That's not that few.
Yeah, it might just be that part of your fuel network just isn't connected. And you're only seeing the part of the fuel.
Yeah, because you should have 5 hours.
Yeah, it's like what say. Like, it's nuts that it would be more.
Are you using a percent thing or something?
No, this should just be the, This is just the, gas network stored, which should be an accurate number, right?
If everything's hooked up correctly and you have all the gas hooked up correctly and all the gas is data.
Okay, clearly not, because look at this.
That's streaming.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
true.
right. Fuck,
you're
I could see.
singing,
Yeah,
singing like an idiot.
I stopped streaming because I was having like some issues with the thing, but yeah,
Yeah,
no.
so there you go. There's
Yeah.
the answer. You only have a couple things like that.
Yeah, look at that, because like, why are these not?
Yeah. I mean, I can see how you're not having propellant problems.
Weird, because cause they were all getting like electricity, but do they not like share pipes then? Do you have to pipe each individual one?
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
There's no way for them to share pipes. You didn't connect the ends that share.
Yeah. Every single propellant tank needs a connection to the pipe network. They don't even if you put them in a row like that, both of them don't actually share at all.
Right, okay.
They will share front back as long as you have those two holes touching.
Not in my experience.
Really? Like the ones behind that, you're saying won't share?
Not in my experience, no.
We can check by just seeing the ones behind it right now. Well, you can use the U tool instead of trying to stick your head in there. Yeah, those are used.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one of them are cabled and which aren't.
Yeah, but they don't need to be internally cabled. They share
Yeah,
it
but
by, just by
Again, I don't know which one he's looking at, which are cabled, which aren't.
Okay.
Because the
Look at
rear
the
one is
middle one.
cabled.
Look at the middle one. The middle one wouldn't be cabled. Use the U tool in the middle used stack.
The middle use stack.
The middle of the used stack of them.
Right.
That's not the middle. Top one. Not the.
Warmer?
I'm
What do
telling
you
you to
mean?
look literally at the seam. I'm telling you to look at the middle tank in the stack of used ones.
Well, it's 2 tanks, so what do you mean, like, there's no middle
Oh, I
tank?
thought there was 3.
No, you're
Okay.
fucking, you're crazy.
Well, your stream's lagging super hard, so
Right.
you got like 2 FPS on the stream. Yeah, so you just need to pipe all your things. Anyways. Yeah, no, it could be hooked up on both ends. I swear it does connect, but maybe I'm wrong.
I might have just
Because
faulty in a different way.
I imagine this works, right? What I'm doing right now.
yeah. Okay. You are right, Sora. It does not share.
So if they're
Unless you do
end to end, it doesn't share, right?
No,
No.
it's a cable. Which is annoying because then if you have a stack of 3, you can't actually cable the middle.
Nope.
Yeah, not without internal cabling, which is bad practice. See if an internal cable fixes it. Yeah, an internal cable fixes it. That's dumb.
There you go.
I swear I hooked them up before, but maybe I just had redundancy. I know I put a gap between them and left enough of a gap on one of my other ships, but I did two kind of not internal cables.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't actually cable these things, or pipe these things, in endo mode.
Really?
Yep. Like I can't reach the ports. Which is unfortunate. So I think I'd have to just unbolt them and rebolt them in.
Well, I mean, can't you just like force the? Oh, you can't force the cables in down there. Yeah, no, that's not good. You can probably like try to force them down a slot and move cables on them, but.
Yeah. Ah, shit. That one's actually... That one was actually fine.
Be back later.
Yep. I'll be back in a couple hours. Most
Alright.
of my fucking copying done, so
Catch you
I
later.
reward myself with a small break and watch some shit.
So what is that you're working on, Fruit?
This is like the ship that I just built, so yeah, it's got some issues, unfortunately, which I didn't catch during my testing.
What's the purpose for it?
Mining.
Nice. How many crate is your target?
How many what?
Crates was your target for this?
400, and it's got 410. But the problem with it is that like my propellant tanks weren't hooked up, and I can't hook them up now because they're like too flush with each other.
Mm.
But at least I've got like half the
Were
fuel
those all
capacity.
small propellant tanks I was seeing?
Yeah, they were. At least I've got half
Might
the
be
fuel
worth-
now.
Since you have to repipe all that on that ship. might
Yeah,
be
no,
worth just
I'll
upgrading to medium.
I'll upgrade them to medium or large, because obviously I have to like
Yeah.
redo them now. The whole point of the small is because I had like plenty of Bastium or whatever, and the manufacturing cost would be low. But at least now I've got like a decent enough operational range, because I was like, I did like 25 kilometers, and I was like, I'm already halfway empty. How is that possible? I did the calculations, and I should have like 4 or 5 hours of flying, but now I've got like 2 hours of flying, which is enough to actually do something, but still not ideal. Quite close, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Did you do any speed tests on with virtual mass?
Yeah, I did.
What were they looking like?
Pretty good, but yeah, it's a bit hard to say, because it's hard to measure exactly how fast you're going. But I have like 45 million rear thrust.
Okay. I'll be honest, I don't know what that translates to for ship mass and speed.
There are some calculators that will let you figure out how much that can push at what weight.
Yeah, doesn't mean I know it though.
Yeah, I know. I don't know it offhand either.
Yeah, good luck figuring out the kinks. That's pretty much what I do with my current ship. I was like, cockpit sure isn't finished, but everything else looks to be.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to like spend too many resources on this ship, because it was, despite it being fairly massive, it's like fairly inexpensive to make.
Nice.
So I was like, well, if there is going to always be problems, so better not sink too many resources into the version 1 when the version 2 is going to have a lot of fixes.
Yeah, absolutely. But so far, the ship that I birthed, there's only one major nuisance with it. So I just gotta fix that, and that's good. It's so cool looking at the off the back of the ship and seeing thrusters go crooked due to the moon's gravity.
Are you on the moon?
Yeah. Heading back now. Probably about 10-15 minutes out from the gate. I'm trying to get back to the origin station before Mickey wakes up because he and I have a lot of testing we want to do tonight.
All right.
that kind of ship, how many lasers did you slap on it?
6.
Ooh. What pattern did you go with them?
This pattern,
Shotgun lasers?
pretty much.
Gotcha.
They're adjustable, but like didn't want it to be too complicated either.
Have you seen Mickey's design?
I don't know if I have.
Check out my screen. It's got a laser on either side. You can have whatever you want in the middle. It does a little cross bit, and it does a circular spin, full rotation, and it goes out 1 degree each time.
Right.
Right now it's not quite enough power because I'm missing a couple fuel rods. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And it goes until it reaches whatever he designed as it to be the upper limit. Which works very well for C9 and 10s. I took you to the green ones, didn't I?
Yeah, sort of. Like I got stuck in the space.
Oh, that's right. Have you ever been to the moon since?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take you one of those nights.
Sure.
If you're interested, that is.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
Hey Slick, I got a haul for you.
Yo, what's up?
Wanna see some goodies
Yeah.
that I've got for you with your name on it?
Ooh. But these are always fun.
It's not the most spectacular stuff, but it's what I've got.
That's all good, man. Freaking, I'm not in, like, I've actually got a fair bit of crap, like, maybe we could just work something out, like, I'll just get one of the ships when it's done or something, like, and I'll put in some extra money or something.
That works.
Yeah, I mean, or whichever. Looks like
Yeah.
a cool ship.
Do you want the 200 crate version or the version or the next one that's gonna be 400?
Probably the 200, and I'll use it as a small strip miner to go back and forth from a large, like container, like or something.
Sounds
So
good.
I'd basically use it with a station or something, probably.
Yeah, I think this is like a perfect ship to leave at a station.
Yeah. Yeah, like a Trifin, but it's just way faster.
Yep. What area might you consider leaving it in? Because depending on the ores available, I might be able to upgrade the stuff to tier 2 generators.
Well, yeah, most of the places I'm at, I can fund T2 stuff easy. Is it all T1 at the moment?
Yeah.
Alright, well, that still works. You still got crystal and stuff out there. What sort of range has it got, actually? We probably need to work that down and see how far we can get it.
Without mining, 10 hours.
Oh shit, that's
Cool.
plenty of time. That's plenty.
Yeah.
Got it. That's fine. That is more than fine. Currently just stuck at the station crafting flight control units. Crafting like 500 of them. It's like, ah, fuck. I went and did some strip mining with a ship I got from Myth. It's fucking nuts. It's max speed, and then when fully loaded, I think it's like 130 or something. 500 crates, and it's just 2 lasers. Like, it's fucking nuts. But it's got no plating or anything on it, so it's like a safe zone stripper. Unless you wanna freaking try and shotgun it out there. Yeah. Once you pass that like 100k out, it should be fine. But that first little bit's always risky.
I mean, with its top speed, as long as you're okay at avoiding asteroids, you're good. But the avoiding asteroids at top speed is the difficult part.
I'd be flying above the belt. I wouldn't even go in the belt. I'm pretty sure I'll outrun most anything. Like, you basically have to custom build your pursuit ship just to hunt it down pretty fast.
Honestly, I might request the services of that ship to haul resources out from the moon.
Yeah, this should be alright. I was
For some arrangement like that.
yeah, it hasn't got a warp drive. I don't know how that works or whatever, but
I will happily invest in warp drive for your ship if.
yeah.
Oh, there's a ship down there.
I think there's a big spot. I think there's a big spot right on the rear we could put it to. Like, it's a massive spot, like, ready for it.
Nice. Yeah, so the main travel part that I'm interested in for that ship is from the gate to Difluence, and there's like 3 asteroids in the way. That's 150 kilometers from the gate to Difluence.
Yeah.
And like the travel time itself through the gate.
So it has about an hour and a half on its cells, and then we'll have to switch over to an hour and a half, and then it's got, I think it's like 3.5 hours worth of propellant.
Gotcha.
It's not too bad, yeah. But yeah, we can just strap cells to it. T2.
Okay. Yeah, I will get a stock of supplies out here so that we can refill your ship as need be.
Yeah, I'll be able to just bolt cells to it as well. It's pretty good like that.
Okay.
If we get shot, the thing's gonna go boom anyway. Doesn't matter what. So may as well just bolt it on it.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about this ship. It's like, oh, you want to see which generator you want to hit? Alright, take your pick.
Yeah. I've got, I think it's 16 large fuel tanks on it, or is it 1, 2, 3? No, it might be 8 large fuel tanks on it as well. So, and they're all spread evenly around it, so it's a pretty good chance it's gonna go bang.
So it's 64 mil propellant, right?
I think it's 9 mil per tank, so yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Something like
that's
that.
the equivalent propellant that the ship that I'm in has.
Oh yeah. So it's just got like a crap ton of thrusters on it there. Basically a flying brick.
But yeah, honestly, that would solve a huge logistic issue with getting good resources out of the green.
Yeah. We're thinking of cutting it in half as well, and then just adding another 500 crates into it, maybe like a front ring of thrusters. We'll probably have to put in another generator bank as well, and probably some more fuel tanks, but it'd be a real fast cargo runner.
How's it going, y'all?
Hey, going well. How you doing, Tobal?
Out in the green? Doing alright.
It's
Working
nice.
on ship and the ship designer.
You say on the green.
He was talking about me saying still in the green, I think, right?
Yeah. I was wondering if you're about to head
Just
out. Oh,
leaving
looks
it.
like you just, yeah. Got a good haul.
I left most of the stuff back at Adapted's place.
Gotcha.
I just needed a break from the green.
Yeah.
And
Same.
I did a little bit of mining on my way out, so I got a little bit of lithium.
Nice.
No, and Carnite, forgot about that.
Yeah, the Carnite's interesting because you can actually just dump it straight to NPC if you didn't
Oh, what's the
wait for it to
NPC
sell.
value?
NPC value is about as much as corrodium sells on the auction house.
Oh, dang. Alright,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna hit Carnite as the priority now.
Yeah, Carnite sells to NPC for 4,300 a stack.
Oh, but isn't it double that on the market?
Right now, it says it's like 5,800, so not very much
Oh,
more.
okay.
The problem is that it doesn't really sell that all that much
That's
or all
still a
that
good flat
fast.
rate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I was looking at it. Like instead of just dumping it on there and waiting for people to buy,
Yeah, I think
I
I'll
would
start
just.
picking it up as like filler. Or because
Mm-hmm.
Slick was talking about his 400 crate hauler for 500?
Yeah,
Mhm.
500.
Yeah.
It's minor, but yeah. Same thing.
May as well be a hauler, let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome in.
Hello.
Whoa. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Just testing out the railguns in the ship designer mode.
Sounds fun.
They sound really cool. They use a lot of battery.
Railguns. Oof.
Yeah. For some reason, I actually thought that they weren't functional, but they're totally functional. They just you can't build them because they have a material requirement that doesn't exist.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh man. Can't wait until I finish this ship. Just gonna be out killing pirates.
Wait, whose friggin' heads-up display are we watching here? What the? Hey, you lead. Fruit punch.
If there's like almost nothing there, then it's me.
Oh no, it's like I
Yeah.
can see all these extra boxes and shit, so you can have crap in. How do you do that? It's obviously in settings.
Oh, yeah, that's right click the initial box that you have. And there's a thing that
Yeah.
says edit. Check the edit. And then you can like increase these boxes somehow, I believe.
Sick.
Yeah, if you click the and drag the light blue borders that are around the boxes that are there. you can,
Oh
like, toggle the
yes.
visibility on and off as well.
Sweet. Yeah. That was awesome. Thank you. Cool beans. I've got extra boxes. Boxes and boxes.
Shit. Oh yeah, of course those all flew off.
Like, did I tell you about some of the other features that I added to the ship?
No.
Like, there's one where you can. You know how there's a setting under gameplay for slowing your ship whenever there's durability error?
Oh yeah.
The warp class under 1? I
Yeah.
set it up so you can turn that feature on and off with an in-game button. That way, if you like know you're going to
Like-
a combat zone, you just disable
Let's
it,
just shut up.
and then if you get shot at, then you're still going
Oh,
full
yeah.
speed.
Oh, sick. That's awesome.
Yeah, I designed it for the fighter, for the company,
Hmm.
and it is quite nice to have even on just on a ship that goes in and out of the green.
Yeah. Definitely. I've done heaps of button upgrades actually. Now that I'm looking at the console
Oh yeah.
on the on the left one. Yeah.
Oh yep.
Oh, and you've
The
gotten rid of
one
the
that's
middle
blank,
panel. Yeah.
Yeah. This is mostly ice sand stuff. Basic turtle cruise on the right.
Yeah.
I get to decide what's going on the left.
Yeah.
These bottom two, I'm not sure what I'm gonna leave it as, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna replace generator with flight expectancy time.
Batteries. Yeah. Yeah, you could put like
oh wait, no, that's gonna
like
be
you
this display.
could probably put like a total generator time or something. Or total
Yeah, like
prop time.
how
I've
long
got that
until-
script. Yeah. So I've got both of those scripts actually. If you want to see them, or if they're a common thing or not.
I understand the concepts of them.
Oh yeah, sweet.
The thing that I still need to add is the mining laser stuff. Or not mining laser, the mineral scanner.
I was gonna. Oh yeah. You'd have like a mining mode button, so you hit the mining mode, and another screen flips up with all your like scanner stuff on it. So it's like up in your HUD display. Yeah. That's what this
I
guy
could
did.
imagine,
He's got.
like little hinges around the back side of this thing.
Yeah,
open up.
that's it. Yeah, and then the screen just folds out with all the panels and everything on it. I mean, dope. You can
I
make
think I'm
like
gonna
a
stick with,
target reticle with it as well or something.
I'm probably gonna stick to like pilot co-pilot idea. That one
Yeah.
is focused on ice sand, and the other one's for mining.
Yeah,
They can
like
both do generic travel.
just makes a good idea. Makes you feel like the other person's actually doing something or whatever. They're just chilling out on the back of the vehicle.
Yeah. I'll probably do something like that when I take people out with me. It's like, hey, you want to ride co-pilot and handle the mining stuff, even though there's nothing for me to do over here?
Mm. Yeah, they'll
Oh,
add
that's
like a
slow
weapon
to the
scene.
sea.
I will say Scattershot is making quick work of these asteroids. Even though these are small ones, but you know.
What you doing? Is that some guy?
Yeah, just trying to repair my ship.
Is this the Buffalo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
What happened to it? Is it the window modification?
No, it's I wasn't even on the ship, and the engines started for about 5 seconds, but really slowly, not even full throttle, and it just slowly drifted into this, and it's broken a cable somewhere. I'm just pulling all the panels off. You know, like I've got displays, but the buttons don't work.
Oh, it's probably a
Jeez.
duct. It's
Yeah.
probably a duct out of alignment or something.
I've repaired like 3 or 4 of them. I'm just pulling all the panels off to find
Yeah.
where else it might be.
If
They're
you
a
pull out
pain
your
in the
cable tool, you
ass.
might see loose cable, like red boxes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, equipping the cable tool should show you. And if you can put your face against something that's really dark, it can help the red like stand out again, on your screen.
Yeah. So most of these broken ones are for my rangefinders. Although that
And the other
shouldn't be
question
broken in there.
How much were
Probably-
disconnected whenever you started with the ship?
How much? What?
Like,
Sorry.
nothing to do with, how much were red cables whenever you started with the ship that had nothing to do with you?
Yeah. I know. Like yeah, I mean that's just the one I'm looking at now. I know that's the end of the cable that plugs into the rangefinder. But I don't know if this should be red here.
Ooh, I've almost got solar panels researched. Come on.
Pull out your U-tool blueprints. You can see how many ducts are broken. I believe. It might be under devices and like weird grouping of them, so I don't know if you can break it down though.
Devices.
Oh, you
We
can.
got ducks. Yeah, there we go. 2 ducts, 3 ducts, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ducts.
Quack.
My God.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, I don't know where they are either. I was just
Well,
going
we
to run a
just
new cable, but I don't have
Yeah,
enough
just
cable on
run
me.
cable next to the ducting or something. Create new
Oh.
highways.
I've only got 1 magazine. Actually, what do I need to make cable?
I think you only need Bastion, but you need to have the tool unlocked.
Oh, yeah? Bit of Bastium, Agitite, and Vicarium. I can do that.
Oh.
Actually, can I? Because my crates won't let me fucking... Yeah, I can't access the crates.
If you change what hard point your resource bridge is on, you should be able to access the crates. It has to be a resource or a hard point that has piping, so a thruster would be your better bet, like a maneuvering thruster.
Oh, you can... Oh, okay, yeah.
Alternatively, you could pull out one of your box thrusters. They're not too critical. And use that hard point. Oh, your triangle thrusters, they have connections on their sides that are hard points. And data flows through them.
These things?
Yes. I believe that is considered a hard point right there. You might be able to put your resource bridge on that.
Give it a go.
It won't say hard point, but like the connection type.
Okay.
Because I've seen people put hard points on that connection in order to connect to something else. Alternatively, you could just wire and pipe that hard point incorrectly. That's the first thing you fixed.
Yeah, I don't have enough cable to do it. So that's why I need this, so I can build more cable. There you go. That looks like a proper
I don't
point
think
on the
we'll
side
do
of the
box
box thruster.
You can try.
Okay. Let's try the...
I love being in the safe zone. I could just ram stuff and not have to worry.
No.
Okay, that's a bus
He's
on the triangle thruster.
This is an FYI.
I'll just try this anyway.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Let me just put it down so I don't lose it. Radiator?
Are also on hard points.
Alright, I'll use one
They
of them.
have to be piped.
As in they're already piped, or I will need to pipe them?
They are already piped.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, I hate that noise. Snap.
Are you watching me mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to watch a pro mine, don't watch me mine.
Awesome.
Oh,
There you go.
Alright, now I just need to get this stuff.
And you need Bastion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And this rock is... it's like 130,000 Bastium, so it should be enough.
Yeah, nice. That does sound like enough.
No, I think we need more.
Or
Do you have a
Bastion.
station nearby?
No, I'm like, about 100 k's out of origin.
Gotcha.
It's all good. This will do it. This will let me build my couple of pipes. And
Don't laugh.
Figuring out.
can I add to queue? Not
So
enough
for-
room in inventory.
So we're gonna forget one day.
And I need a pipe tool. I can make one.
That fan minced the road though. Holy shit.
What, sorry?
That fan minced that road though. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is a big, inexpensive ship. This is like, I don't know. I don't know what to describe it to. It's like a white van of a ship.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's pretty much what miner is.
Run that.
I didn't plate it. It looks like it had some plating.
Best part is about being uber fat in this game is that I hit an asteroid. I don't even notice it in my like maneuvering.
Excellent.
Part of me is trying to decide what resources I want to stock up on for the next big update.
Hmm.
Like flipping resources on major update to major update.
So the capital ships are going to need a lot of exorium, yeah?
Yeah,
For the fuel?
that is true. And there's also the alloys, which I think they released the names of, and we might be able to figure out what they're made out of. Just by the names. There's like Bastion plus something else, maybe.
Alright, I think this thing flies again.
I'm thinking of the moon resources that might be required.
Oh. Okay.
Might not really be reasonable. Hey, found your ducks.
Yeah, they were the ones I rebuilt and didn't bolt in properly. But I've recabled it in, done a dodgy job up the top here to get these
Gotcha.
lasers. Knock collectors. Probably be enough to get me home. Awesome. Thanks for that, man. I would never have thought to put it up the top.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, the origins are coming into view. Home sweet home.
Such a nice feeling, right?
Yep.
Shove a few more batteries right there. Yeah.
Something's wrong there.
Holy lasers.
Yeah, something's wrong with it though. It's moving around for no good reason.
What in the world?
Weird, I have no thrust.
Oh. Oh yeah, I hate that bug.
First time I've had it.
Yeah?
It's 0. It fucking works.
Why do you consider my ship not having a core? Core's there. Okay. Why are none of my thrusts working?
He went back through the gate and now it's still quiet.
Batteries are here full. Generator doesn't let me on. Fuel's good. Phone's good. Power to the panel. Forward thrust is doing nothing.
What the?
FCU is not responding?
Oh, I wish I could mass dump a certain resource.
Is that a tollable spot?
Okay, thrust
Oh, there you
does work.
Close. The FCU.
There we go. I don't know what that did, but I'll take it.
I just pressed everything and then I'm back.
I will happily take it. It should not work like that.
Nope. Somehow I've made a kill switch here.
That was funny though, I just spammed all those buttons. It worked.
Expert pilot.
Imagine someone just smacking the keyboard. There it goes.
That would inspire confidence, right? You were just in like you're flying in like a commercial airline, and you just see the pilot, and he's just like spamming all those buttons.
One of these,
One of these makes us go forward. Yeah.
But I do remember that I turned the cruise off whenever I entered the warp, so I think that one was the one that reset it.
Alright.
But cruise only does the lever zeroing. I did add slow-mo over... Oh, I added slow-mo. Slow-mo was set to a value of 1 for a minute. And I was mashing that button as it was 1. And I never mashed it again after I updated the values. So I'm pretty sure my flight control unit, I don't remember what it said, but the multiplier right here was probably 1. No, this one.
1. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I remember what
that's
she
1%
was 1.
of all thrust, is what it would have meant.
There you go. At least you solved it.
Yep.
Now I've got the burn. I've got to do 100k red, 20k mechanical. Try and get the PvP station.
The red is pretty easy to get.
Oh yeah, the red is like
Yeah.
ultra easy.
Have you gone down the right track of
Spam and
advanced?
the plates, like the triple plates for the red.
You can spam any
Yeah.
structure thing for the red. It's like, I've
Triple
got
plates are
like
beautiful though.
3 million red, like cubes research.
Jeez.
And you might think, oh
Yeah.
man, that's really impressive. It really isn't. It's just like building the same thing like 1,000 times.
It's just
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, pretty much what I'm doing right now. So what am I gonna need for the mechanical there?
I really need to get on top of my tech.
Yeah, you can see my 2.5 million red.
That's a lot of red.
I think I've got enough red to clear out the whole tree, but you know, I don't have any of the other things in good amounts.
Never.
Oh shit.
Alright, time to head back. My first successful mining run in a thing, quote unquote successful. It's probably going to be like a couple of 100k, which is the ship was only like 200k to assemble, and like 130 stacks of ore. So it can carry its own value and a little bit inside its cargo. But yeah, time to go to full beans mode.
That I'm in?
I've seen the ship that you're in.
Okay.
Time to go full beans mode and get battery issues because fucking I couldn't get the ship to print off with batteries
What?
because it doesn't use batteries from your inventory. And I was like,
yeah.
I'm not spending the terodium. I should have just spent the extra money on the terodium, but I was like, I've got like 50 fucking rechargeable batteries in my inventory. I'm using them.
If you pre-charged those batteries, it would have worked.
I know, but I was like, in the end, I should have just paid for the terodium because it was like, well, it was like 50k, 60k. I was like, it's not worth me wasting time on. But it's fine. Like, I've got enough battery power to not run out of batteries. And fully loaded, I travel pretty fast.
How many batteries did you put on your ship?
Not that many, actually. I think it was maybe about 40 or something.
Oh wow.
40 seems like a lot.
Yeah, but this
I
ship
don't
is
know what
fucking
it
massive.
actually is. You said 120 crates?
No, 400 crates, 410 crates.
Oh, you only grabbed 120 just now.
What do you mean?
Something like that. You only grabbed like 100-ish stacks of ore just now? Is that what it was?
No, I grabbed like a full inventory's worth, but it's just a lot of it is shit ore, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha.
We're not gonna run out of Valkite at Origin 5 anytime soon, jeez.
I've just been dumping my shell material to the vendor.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, I wish I could quickly eject it, but I'd have to just sit there and right-click like 100 Valkite stacks
No,
in
the
space to
filter
toss
works.
them. You can filter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
You just have to type the name in the
At
search
top,
bar.
type in Valkite.
If
What?
you wanted to make sure, you could
And then sell all
do.
on the bottom.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no, like, not for selling, I mean for like dumping it in space.
Oh.
Oh no, yeah. Tough luck.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, oh my god, is there actually a way to filter what you pick up? Oh.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, with a full load, I still go pretty fast. Like, this is me carrying 410 crates worth of cargo, and that's, you can see Origin 5's, or Origin 11's distance there. Going like 1 kilometer every like 15 seconds or something.
So is there a way to get the mechanical research without using terodium? It looks like it's the thrusters really that just gives you the mechanical.
Crafting bench is also good. Crafting bench uses
It's,
terodium as well, though.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm trying to avoid using Cherudium if I can.
So you're talking about the purple cogs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
if
here we go.
you craft resource bridges, they only use
Oh, yeah.
Agitite, Bastium, Vicarium. They're
Oh.
quick, they're cheap. It's 9 cogs and 3 sparky things.
Oh yeah.
And you can
Seems
sell
like
them.
the go.
You can sell them to the station for about 80 credits each or something as well.
Oh yeah. I think that's the winner there.
Yeah, man.
Resource
And
bridge.
I use main flight computers for the electricity, because you get 37 for each, and it's same Agitite, Bastium, Vicarium.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think I was doing flight controller units. Same thing though, probably.
Yeah.
Alright, so awesome. Yep, bridges are gonna be where it's at, I think, for me. Yeah, I can pump out thousands of them, so that's good as well. Excellent, thank you.
No worries, man.
Wait, another quirk of my ship? It can roll, but it rolls at like 0.3 degrees a second.
Might
You
need a
want
bigger
that screen?
footprint on your roll thruster.
I just gave up. I was just like, we're not gonna roll then. This is just my life.
You should check my screen.
I'm checking your screen. You're on my
Alright.
second monitor. Yeah, well, you're small. I mean, come on.
Yeah. But hang on, I think pitch is worse. That wasn't pitch. Which one did I just edit? Oh, it is pitch. I thought it was worse than that. I guess not. It's still pretty bad.
You aren't loaded though, are you?
No, I'm loaded.
Hold on, so that's.
Or half loaded.
May make a bit of a difference.
Is these 400? This does not add up to 400, right?
Nope. It's about 200 and something.
That means that some of my cargo crates are not connected or cabled up.
Piped and powered.
Yep.
Does that mean your mining runs are actually going to take twice as long and you'll be twice as slow than you thought you were?
No, it means my they're gonna be twice as profitable than this.
Slam.
This guy, glass half full.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the Mark 1. I mean, come on, and it's also inexpensive, so it's like it pays for itself in like one trip.
Can you turn around? Does it despawned already?
Yeah, I despawned it because I
Okay.
didn't want it to slam into the thing. It's very big, very chunky, very clumsy, but it's cheap. Just like your mom.
This guy, I was waiting for something like that.
What? Oh, right, because I've been given ownership of this thing. Or I need to, like, tell the guy that I'm not actually the owner of the ship. I just stole this guy's ship, accidentally.
Oh, you rescued a ship from the outside?
No, like, I was made part owner of this ship, because I was doing some work on it, but obviously I need to be removed as owner now, because, you know, it's not my ship. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff wrong with my ship. I'll spawn it now for those who want to see it.
It was almost
Yeah, I'm keen to see it.
2,000 credits.
Here it is.
to refill my propellant.
Swale.
Swale. You want to know what it stands for?
Something whale?
Yeah, but that's not how you spell whale.
I know. I just thought you might be dyslexic.
I am, but I purposely made it weird.
Space whale.
Lots of
Yes.
twists and turns there.
Safe whale.
That's a lot of crates.
Yeah, 410. But half of
You
them
have-
aren't hooked up, so. And
Is
also.
there auto?
Yeah, what's
There you
that? Go ahead.
I was going to say, is there auto avoidance on this thing?
No. This is cheap, easy. It's supposed to be in the safe zone, so I can just ram into shit without any problems. Also, here's another fun tidbit that happened. These things were not properly connected up, which because they were cabled up, or sorry, they were on the network showing, but they weren't actually connected with a gas cable. So I only have one row of these small things. So these ones are completely not doing anything. So the Mark 1 has many improvements, or has many areas that it needs to be improved in. Also, these batteries. Yeah, luscious interior, really spared no expense on the furnishings.
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
You get what you pay for, I do have Syra's navigational system installed and implemented, so I can get waypoints and all that shit.
Cool. Yeah, it's a big boy.
Yeah. But I was only using half of its cargo capacity in that mining run, so. I hear somebody slamming around. Okay, that's in.
Yeah, that's my screen. I'm just letting the drift happen at this point. My friend was like, "Oh, you want 15 frames per second? All right, we'll also crash you into half the station."
Ilmatrium.
The issue with my current ship is that it does not like does not like to be spawned too well.
I don't know if anyone watched that. Two of my fuel rods just slinked through the wall.
Uh-oh.
behold, perhaps the greatest innovation of this ship: sticky notes.
You there, Table?
Yo.
Yo. Have you updated your blueprint at all?
For the Q cube?
Yeah.
Not yet. I've just updated the offline blueprint, like the ship local blueprint.
Yeah.
I added a separate storage crate network for repair materials.
Oh,
It was
nice.
a loop suggestion, and it actually works really well. So you can just put,
Glad to hear.
yeah, you can just, I put 8 crates on there, and fill it up with all your repair materials, and then you can just forget about it. And then every time you empty out the station, you don't have to worry about pulling them back into your ship every single time. It's annoying as
Yeah.
fuck.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I found my first C10 Ymmirium and another Lucium, and I'm just selling everything now so I can have enough money to actually buy my fighter ship.
Nice one.
Yeah, as soon as they implement the rail cannon material Ilmatrium, it's gonna upgrade that fighter ship a lot. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to, sick of working on this Buffalo. I think I'm just going to build that other one. Your version of the Q Cube.
Oh, the Q cube. Yeah, yeah. Um. Yeah, I haven't updated it since I got like this laundry list of changes I need to commit, but I feel like I'm not actually going to commit them to the new blueprint until I need to build another Q cube.
Yeah.
Just because there's more stuff I'm surely going to be adding to this thing.
No, I'm gonna have to count how many cargo crates I have. Yay!
Are you going to manually count them?
I see no alternative.
Go into the station, load it up with as much ore as you can, and then try and transfer it back out.
Ah, there you go. Thank you.
Cool, cool.
Like it.
I should have waited till you'd finished before I mentioned it, but you know.
Well, you know.
Funny.
I would have been happy. I would have been able to flex that I was able to count past 100. The European education system hard at work, you know?
Meanwhile, the NA counting system, just dump it in. Got it. Actually, don't know where you're from. I should probably ask them to clarify that one.
I'm from Europe.
No, Slick.
No, right.
I think Slick was on with the suggestion. No, it was Sam.
That was me. Australia, mate.
Ah.
What was it? I heard my name.
Yeah, I said your name thinking that you had said something, but it was some guy.
Now, because you have internet, which of the major cities are you from?
Yeah, that's it. I'm in Victoria. I'm, I don't know, about 50 k's out of Melbourne.
Nice. Yeah, so you're on the right side, the side with all the stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm south. I was a little bit far from you.
What, near Tasmania and stuff?
So like South Australia, so it's like in the middle of Western Australia and all the east side stuff.
Oh my God, there's like an actual place that you can be that's like not on the east and the west.
Yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
the Northern Territory as well. So there's two
Yeah.
places.
Right in the middle. At the
You're
bottom.
right in the desert.
Not really
Wow.
too much desert where I am. It's pretty comfortable, actually. It's
Nice.
pretty good.
Alright, time to math. That might add up to 400. It's at least closer. Well, I can literally fit all the ore I have into this ship. Oh yeah, these ones ain't connected either. Fortunately, this is an easier fix than Okay, everything's accounted for. 410 or 11 crates. Hey. So what's there to do in southern Australia, actually? Because you're not near any of the major cities then, right?
Is he still here?
I think the dingoes got him.
No, Southern Australia's Adelaide's their major city. It's major for South Australia.
Right, but they're fair. Aside from that, I guess they're pretty secluded then.
I don't know. I guess it depends what you're comparing it to.
Well, it would be like a 5-hour drive or 6-hour drive to like. If can they even drive to like the west of Australia if they're in the south of Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can drive. You can drive from one side of the country to the other. There's a
Oh, okay.
Princess Freeway. It's like a road that goes around the entire coast of Australia, basically.
Yeah.
Man, better not take
Like
the wrong exit on that road. No, okay, so they can like drive like 5 or 6 hours, and then they've got more Australia.
Yeah, I don't know how long it'll take to drive from South Australia to like Perth or something in Western Australia.
Like 2.5 days.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah,
me.
Australia's
Going the
big.
Speed limit.
Yeah, Australia is really big. That's why I was like, because I know the major cities are like about 8 hours away from, or not 8 hours away from each other. But if you like want to drive like by all the major cities, it's like 10 hours or something. In the west, at least, all the ones in the west.
No.
No.
Depends. Well, I mean, if you drive from Melbourne to Sydney,
Yeah.
you could probably do that in 12 or 14 hours.
Oh, okay. So then it's even more than what I thought. Because I was like looking at that, I was like, all right, if you're in the west, you can like sort of reach everything within like 12 or 10 hours, and if you want to go east to west, you've got no fucking chance.
Yeah. Yeah, to fly from like across the country sideways, it's like a 3-hour flight.
That's twice the flight time as going to Spain from like the Netherlands. That's like to drive that is also 2 days, and that's like about 10,000 kilometers, something a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Australia is massive.
He's pretty big. He's...
When you're feeling generous and you can be bothered, Tobal, I might get you to run me through the general functions of this thing.
Oh yeah. You have it. You got it built.
I was just looking at it now to decide if I build it, and then I was looking at a lot of the stuff. I'm like, yeah, I probably need a little bit of explaining. So
Okay. Yeah. Are you in
gonna exit
the?
out. Oh, I'm gonna exit out now. Buy the. I just need a couple of materials. I'll just buy those, and then I'll buy the ship.
Cool. Yeah, I can either give you a rundown on yours, or I could just show you for my own cockpit on stream, or however you want to do it.
All right. Well, let me. I mean, can you be bothered now? Or look, this can wait. It's not a massive rush.
Yeah. No, I just started a bunch of crafting, and I'm just kind of standing here, wondering if I'm gonna go get some food or enter the builder. But yeah, this is actually a perfect time because I think I am gonna go get some food after now. Yeah, share my screen.
Alright, let me just work out what I need. Bastion for
Yeah, yeah.
stacks.
Right.
Gerodium.
I've got my 100k red. Resource bridges. That's right.
Gerodium. Need 9.
Can't wait till they unleash the partial fuel and tank refill patch.
Yeah,
Oh,
hate-
yeah.
I hate draining these things manually, or also killing space turtles. Both of those things are just.
Killing space turtles. What?
Yeah,
What?
I hate that.
What?
Yeah, get rid of the space turtles first, then worry about refilling your partially empty rods.
Is this about the plus space
Well, it's all about
turtles?
priorities.
The fuel rods, they kill them.
Yeah.
Like, like dropping your plastic in the ocean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Space
Dropping
junk.
fuel rods in space, it's not good for the turtles.
Especially the
junk.
space turtles.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just buy this stuff.
Yeah. Go for it.
Bastion.
I mean, you might. Well, I was gonna say you might want to add some of these things in the editor, if I show you like the extra things I added, because it might be a
Oh.
little easier.
Dude, I'm a complete fucking novice at that editor. That would cause more harm than good, I think, if I was to do it in the editor.
Well, you could do it in the real world too. It's not that bad to do it in the outside of the editor. I mean, that's what I did to add these side boxes here.
Right, just let me get these. Here we go.
Yeah.
Gerodium. Fucking 42 Vicarium.
Oh, there are some script changes. Ooh.
Oh,
Maybe
if
I-
anyone needs ages, then let me know.
Maybe I should send you.
Oh man, if you're feeling generous, that would be awesome.
Just because
Ages then? Is that what you're saying, or something else?
what's up?
I couldn't tell if the comment was to me or to Tobal.
Oh.
Oh, I was responding to Topal.
Gotcha.
Yeah, let me just let me go mod this thing out a little bit here. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna update it to what I have now, more or less.
Ah, you are the
So,
man.
So just so you won't have to like do all this stuff manually, or I won't have to come over and do all this stuff manually.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. It's pretty simple stuff. It's gonna go like this, and oh yeah, pull that over, weld it. I don't-
Ooh, scan.
See, that would have taken me an hour to work out.
Oh, the beans?
What you just did, yeah.
Yeah, it takes a little bit. Yeah, it takes a little bit of practice, but getting good with this thing is actually going to be good in the long run. I think for once you get
Oh,
a
yeah.
blueprint and you find out what you want to change about it, updating it in here is I mean, it can be way more efficient than updating out in the real world, or
Oh, like
if,
1,000 times more
with real world.
efficient. Like, oh my god. Like, you can't even do a whole bunch of the stuff in the real world. Like, for example, if you've got stuff wired in tightly, good luck trying to fix it in real life.
Yeah, I love how we call it real life. Even though it's totally
Space real life. Fake real life.
yeah, exactly.
For real life, the extra F is silent.
So when you take your, like, any ship that you've got and you take it and you update the blueprint, that's not updating the blueprint that you can rebuild from, is that correct?
Right, because you're not actually updating the ship, you're just updating the blueprint, which means if I wanted, yeah, like, so this is completely separate from the ship that I already have, for instance.
Yeah.
So if I wanted any of these changes, and I didn't already have them on my real ship, I would have to either print out a brand new ship or make them do these changes manually in the real world, like I already did.